wanted to share maybe this is an ode. Do you allow odes? I'm not sure. This is gonna sound schmaltzy, but I love Trader Joe's so much. I know. It's just, it makes me so happy. They're so nice there. Like, it is an oasis of sweetness in a desert of cruel grocery stores where they're so indifferent. But at Trader Joe's, they're nice to each other. That's quite clear right away. Like, they all do each other's jobs, and they're nice to each. It's communist, clearly. But it's not gray wool coat Soviet communism. I would categorize the communism at Trader Joe's as Narnian. But obviously during the reign of Aslan the Lion, not during the White Witch. Aslan, by the way, the most obvious Christ figure in the history of literature. I called it in 5th grade and a Jew. Because we were reading Lion, Witch, Wardrobe, which is my abbreviation of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. It's like, a lot of times I'll take all the articles out. We were reading Lion, Witch, Wardrobe. We got to the part where Aslan dies. And the kids were distraught. There was open weeping. And I said, hold your tears. If this goes where I think it's going, he'll be back on Sunday. So they're nice to each other. The cashier always asks, well, first of all, she always compliments me on one of the items I chose. And it sounds like she does that with other people, too. But I don't care. I don't care. It's a gimmick. I don't care. Every time she says, oh, the olive oil popcorn. I love this. Have you tried it? And I always make the same joke. I always say, tried it. I can barely keep it in stock. It's so silly because I don't have an inventory control issue. I'm not a buyer. So the point is that they make me so happy, and then they always say, did you find everything you were looking for today? But they mean it. Like, they say it everywhere, but they're just complying with the did you find everything you were looking for Act of 2009. They say it at the other grocery stores, but they're just, the subtext is, just say yes and go. What do you want me to do, hold up the line while we try to find your 100-calorie Oreos? Which, by the way, the 100-calorie Oreos, the secret, they're not Oreos. Luckily, Oreo has built up a lot of goodwill with me over the years, so I overlook it. But they're chocolate-flavored oyster crackers. That's all. Which is great if this is a big if the soup of the day is marshmallow bisque. But it's not. It's not. It's not. It's clam chowder. So they say, did you find everything you were looking for today at Trader Joe's? And they mean it. I've followed up. I said, well, last week I was here and I got some fair trade, conflict-free pumpkin seeds. But this week all you have is the conventional, the unfair trade blood pumpkin seeds. Are you out of the fair trade, conflict-free? And then she rang a bell. And the stock boy, who's also the chief financial officer and head of human resources, he came flying up the aisle with my pumpkin seeds and a bottle of spiced cider that he felt was a fine compliment. And it was. It was the Pinot Noir to my pumpkin seeds Chilean sea bass. I shit you not. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. They put me up in a nice hotel, so that's very nice. But you know what? No matter how nice a hotel is, the curtains never close all the way. They can... Like, it's not hard enough to sleep in a hotel room knowing they wash that bedspread once every never. And I've seen enough CSI. Those bedspreads, they're like portable fertility clinics, my lord. And with those movies they show in those rooms, oh boy. Those movies are disgusting. Disgusting that they would charge $16.99 for those movies. For 65 minutes. Who can use 65 minutes of those movies? Now I've got 62 minutes to feel ashamed and disgusted with myself. Have you ever driven by one of these things on the side of the highway that tell you how fast you're going? Do you even pay attention to them anymore? I don't, because I actually found a similar gadget in my dashboard. Yeah, I don't need a second opinion, but thanks. I'm gonna go with my onboard speed telling machine for now, but thanks for the heads up. Some people slow down at those things. You don't have to slow down. Don't slow down, it's just a sign. It's just a sign, it can't chase you. You think I slow? Look at me, do you think I don't slow down. I speed up and set the high score. So I'm very tall. I'm 6'6". Yeah, it's nothing to applaud for. It's just genetic. I don't mind when people ask me how tall I am. That doesn't bother me at all. What I don't like, they usually have follow-up questions. How tall are your parents? How tall am I? What are you doing, a project? And that's also where it gets weird because my parents are not tall. My dad is 5'7". My mom is 5'3". When people find that out, they always say the same thing I always say. How tall is the milkman? Milkman, that's funny. Yeah, milkman. Really? Milkman? What year is it? Anybody here had dairy delivered in the past 60 years? No? No, but I appreciate you questioning my mom's fidelity. Yeah. Thanks for calling my mom a whore. That's a charming icebreaker. Thank you very much. At this point, I just go along with them. I'm like, yeah, my mom was with the milkman. What are you going to do? That's her thing. Yeah. Yeah, she only dates guys with occupations that no longer exist. Yeah, that's her thing. Yeah. She dated the milkman for a while. Before that, she was involved with the cobbler for a piece, the chimney sweep, chim chim chiroo, the town crier, hear ye, hear ye. She dated the blacksmith for a fortnight, just a fortnight. She even dated the Muffin Man. Do you know the Muffin Man? Yes. So I'm a Jewish guy. Okay, very good. I admire your Christmas. Non-Jewish people. That's pretty arrogant when you think about it, that we call everybody else non-Jewish. There's like 80 of us. And we have the audacity to be like, yeah, all the other non-Jews, the 12 billion or so non-Jews. But we have 8 days. That's how we tried to take on Christmas, by having 8 days of Hanukkah. But then the Christian people couldn't even let us have that. They were like, oh, really? 8 days of Hanukkah? Screw you. 12 days of Christmas. We're very proud people, Jewish people. Jewish people are sort of like Canadians in America. We always have to tell you who else is Jewish. Just like Canadians, who else is Canadian? Well, Bryan Adams is Canadian, you know, and we do that too. Like Jesus was Jewish. And yeah, that was a really bad trade on our part. We shouldn't have let him go. That was a bad move. We're still paying for that. But the man who invented the birth control pill, Jewish. That's a pretty impressive invention. We just call it the pill. And everybody knows what I'm talking about if I say the pill. That's impressive. I gave you the and a noun. Everybody's on board. Not one person saying, ibuprofen? No. Everybody knows I'm talking about the birth control pill. That's impressive. It also tells where our priorities are as a society. that that's the pill. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of pills, but that's the pill. There's a pill that keeps you from getting polio. That's not the pill. And the polio vaccine, also invented by a Jew, Dr. Jonas Salk. And also, you know what else we invented? Saturdays off. We started that. We started Saturdays off. Yeah, outstanding. We all take a Saturday off, yeah. So listen, I'm not trying to convert anybody. I'm not proselytizing up here, but you know what would be nice, maybe? The next time you're lying in bed on a Saturday morning having unprotected sex with legs that aren't crippled from polio. Maybe if you could look into your lover's eyes and say, thank God for the Jews. Thanks very much, everybody. I had a great time.
I got a Kindle. I'm very excited about it. I downloaded a 500-page book in 10 seconds, which blew me away. I mean, compared to the delivery system I grew up with, the Scholastic Book Club, it took me 10 days to get my mom to write out a check. 10 business days, that was her policy. And you would bring in the check the last Friday in September. They delivered the book senior year of high school. I got my diploma and Hop on Pop on the same day, and I feel my verbal suffered. My parents are from the greatest generation. They're amazing. They survived World War II, the Great Depression, the polio epidemic, pulp in their orange juice. Unregulated, unlimited pulp in their orange juice. Never said a word about it, never complained. Then wheat came along, took one sip. What was that? There's orange in my orange juice. Do something now. And they did. Tropicana rolled right over. Got rid of all the pulp. All right, the pulp is gone. You crazy people, are you happy? The pulp is gone. There's no more pulp. Are you happy now? Can we keep some pulp? How much is some pulp? I don't know, a pinch of pulp, a dash of pulp. I don't know, we'll wine until you get it perfect. How does that sound? That's what we do. We wine everything into perfection. The phone, my parents had a very different experience with the phone. This is good. They used to talk to people on it. And to me, the phone is this seldom used app on my phone. And if you use it on me, oh, God help you. How dare you? I am furious when I get a phone call. You text me first to see if I'm even taking phone calls today. And I'll text you back with a window. But we are relentless with how we want the phone to be better. Like, we want all our music on the phone. You want all your music on the phone. No, I'm sorry, I misspoke. We want all the music. Every song ever on our phone now. Okay, but like, what are you willing to pay for that? Pay for it? Nothing. My offer is this. Nothing. Has it made us more comfortable? Yes. Lazier, certainly. I did the laziest thing the other night. I bought a movie that I own on DVD. I bought it on iTunes. Just so I wouldn't have to get out of bed. And my DVD collection is there. It's there. But my reasoning was I'm not going to be able to flick it into the DVD player. So I said, you know what, if Shawshank Redemption is under $15 on iTunes, I'm buying it. $14.99. And sold. I was thrilled. It downloads immediately. I watched it. I enjoyed it so much. Then I made the mistake of telling my older brother, who's a miser and and he was outraged. "Gah, what are you doing, Gah?" We're from Boston, so he has that accent. "Gah, what are you doing, Gah? What are you doing buying a movie you already own for $15? Kid, what are you doing, pal? Guy, brother, dude. What are you doing, kid?" I'm like, "What? It's $15. What's the big deal?" "Nah, it adds up, guy. It adds up. $15 here, $15 there, it adds up. Adds up." Not my philosophy. Let me tell you something, and pay attention, because this is true. It only adds up if you add it up. You will never be $15 away from your dream house. But you are always $15 away from owning Shawshank Redemption on iTunes. So get busy living or get busy dying. Thank you very much.